Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so in many, many households, the kids have been off for almost 2 weeks.
And they're going nuts.
We're going a little nuts, and I think we need some fresh ideas to keep the kids busy.
Yes, well, Tracy, there's a lot of things that you can do with the kids, and a lot of them are inexpensive. So one thing that I like to do with my kids is cooking or baking. So kids really love to kind of get in there and get their hands dirty. So get a cooking project for them. What they can do is perhaps do some baking, make a cake, make some cookies, maybe make cookies or cakes that you've never made before. Another thing that you might want to consider is actually planning out a whole meal. So say to them, okay, we're going to make an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. And obviously something that's on their level, but something that'll take some time that'll keep them occupied.
Right, like chicken fingers don't take that long to make.
No, unless you make them from scratch and you cut the chicken and season them yourself.
Which is what I do. It's what I do. How old are your kids, Samantha?
So my oldest is an adult, so she's out of the picture, but my youngest three are 9.
She's out of the picture. Like we don't talk about her anymore.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that she's not really technically a child.
Okay.
But the little ones are 9, and then I've got 2 3-year-old boys, identical twins.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, so I'm busy enough.
And they like the cooking.
Well, they like to get their hands in there, so over Christmas we did a little bit of baking, and it got a little bit messy, but it was fun.
Yeah, no, it is something that my husband actually is a great baker, and he often will do that. He'll make cookies and fudge and things, and it does keep them busy. The problem is then we have to eat it all.
Oh, I know. Well, we just made some Rice Krispie Squares last night, and, I've already eaten half of them, so there you go.
All right. Then there's also sort of the local museums and galleries. What I always find is, when you go visiting with your kids to other cities, you always check out the museums, but in your own city, you don't do it as often.
I know, and it's very, very strange because, Canada is a great place. Our cities, Montreal, Toronto, I know Montreal's got some amazing galleries, and, the Science Center there is incredible. We were there in the summer, and we just enjoyed ourselves. So definitely take advantage of what's out there. Oftentimes during holiday times, they have inexpensive rates or they've got special programs on. So definitely check those out and just make some day trips within your own city.
Yeah, and arts and crafts. But see, the problem with arts and crafts is if you want to sort of engage in these kinds of projects, you have to be good at them yourselves, don't you?
Well, yes and no. The thing about kids is that they've got such great imaginations, and I think we kind of lose that as we get older, Tracy. So what you can do is just go to your local dollar store, buy some construction paper, some glitter, some glue, and let them go nuts. Put them out on the kitchen table and just say, you know what? Use your imagination. Make me something. And you'd be surprised at what your kids will do.
Yeah, you're telling me your twin 3-year-old boys, you'd leave them with glue and glitter?
Well, I don't know if I completely leave them. We've been doing a lot of gluing and pasting over the holidays, and I will have to admit that there's some glue that's stuck on places that I don't want it. But you know what? It comes off, so that's okay.
Yeah. No, it is great. And it is good for them to be using their imagination. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I find, too, with Christmas just having come and gone, they got. I make sure that they get games, and we've been playing a lot of games.
Oh,
which is a fun family activity.
If your kids are a little bit older, you can sit down and have a little bit of a games tournament. So you could do a Monopoly tournament if your kids are, 5, 6, 7. If they're a little bit younger, then you can do the games that they like. So, Trouble and Story and the ones that are for the little kids, or even just simple card games like Go Fish and Crazy Eights and Old Maid and the ones that are for the younger kids. They love that.
Yeah, indeed. And I find my 6-year-old's just discovered Crazy Eight, so it's all he wants to play over and over and over.
Well, just think of the educational value that he'll glean from that.
But of course, we want to get them outside, right?
Of course. And you know what? We're Canadian. We've got great winters. And as long as you bundle up, especially in Montreal, because I know that it's quite cold, you know what? Tobogganing, skating, skiing, winter sports. There are so many things to do. And I really, really think it's important for kids to kind of get outside, get some fresh air, and not be cooped up inside.
Yeah, absolutely. But on a day like today where it is minus 23 and minus 27 with the wind chill, yeah, it's a bit cold for sort of any extended outdoor activity. But then there are libraries and community centers.
Yeah, so, our libraries are great as well. Oftentimes they have regular programs that are geared towards kids. And the thing is that a lot of times, if parents are working full-time outside the home, they might not be aware of them. But this week, while the kids are off school, check out what's going on. They'll have a lot of free programs there, as well if there are any local community centers. They often step up during the holidays to put together some family-friendly activities.
Okay, and finally, I hesitate to even mention your final suggestion, because are you one of those moms who make your kids do homework on the Christmas break?
Well, I wouldn't say homework per se, but what my husband and I do is that we do say to our 9-year-old that she does have to kind of keep up a little bit of reading every day, even if it's 15 or 20 minutes. So obviously gear it towards your kid's age level, but we don't want her to get too rusty, so don't be hard-handed about it and make them sit down and do major studies, but, maybe a little bit of, reading or a little bit of math for 15 or 20 minutes so that they keep up with their homework, because at the end of the day, it is important that your kids do well in school.
Yeah, my 9-year-old and I, we were tobogganing, and as we were going up the hill, I said, Simon, 7 times 7. He said, really? Really, Mom?
We're on the 3 times table.
Yeah, and that's where it ended. All right, Samantha, some great suggestions.
Great. Thanks so much, Tracy.
All right, that's Samantha Kemp-Jackson, a mother of 4, and also the author of a blog, multiplemayhemmamma.com.